Welcome back guys to another Zero DTE video, and today Coach Ernie is going to be talking about market positioning, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, check out the link in the description to join the world's #1 Zero DTE trade destination. Enjoy guys.
The point is that all of our trading is not about prediction, it is about positioning. That is a fundamental rule or difference between the way most people trade and the way a pro trades, right? Because we don't know. You got to understand it. We don't know which way the market's going to go. It can go any way, and we don't know when either. Now, there are certain situations that evolve that tell us that something's going to happen, but we don't know when. It's starting to compress. We know that when it compresses, after compression, it expands. And then after extreme expansion, then it compresses again. That's a nature of the market. Expansion, compression, expansion, compression. There are some things that we can see patterns in that are rough, but they're there. Like I showed you before, this clustering of big moves that seem to happen in 10-year cycles, right? So you start getting a whole bunch of big moves that happen within this few-year cycle, and then it calms down for a few years, and then 10 years later, it bursts out again. And I showed you that chart that showed that. Bam, calm down, bam, calm down, bam, calm down. These are things that we know that happen. But when you're in the weeds in them, it's really hard to see them. But when you step back and you look at the data, it's like plain as day. The problem is that when you're in the weeds, it's hard to know when you're going to feel the effects of them because you don't feel it. It's, I don't know, trying to feel the earth spin or something. If you live in certain parts of the country, like what time of the season it is, just by how much daylight there is in a day, when the sun comes up in the morning and when it sets in the evening, right? But day to day, it's hard to tell the difference. So we know that these things, they go through these cycles, and the best way to trade really is not to predict, but to position. So when we know that we're in a volume node and we tend to be compressing and consolidating, that eventually the market, it's going to change its idea of what value is, and value may no longer reside in that node. So it has to go for a discovery trip to figure out where the value is. It might be higher, it might be lower, but it is going to leave that value node. When it does, it's going from a high liquidity area to generally a lower liquidity area, which is going to allow it to the freedom to do that discovery. Those are all opportunities from our point of view.
So how do you position this?
If you know that it's compressing and you know that it's going to leave, you don't know if it's going to go up or down, the easiest way to do it is to put trades either above and or below that are way out of the money, out in the future, waiting for it to happen.
How many days?
You can do it in all different time periods. Like I said, I have different strategies, some that go out 3 to 5 days, some 5 to 15, 15 to 30, 30 to 90. So the answer is, depending on what you're actually doing or what you're trying to capture, it could be any of those. But for this type of stuff, I would say that the trades that we're using, like convexity, the convex stack, and the sigma drift, which are anywhere from 3 to 15 days out, are the type of trades that we would put on. So in other words, you might put a trade on every week that goes 10 days out. So you're covering from now until 10 days out. And then 7 days later, you put on another one. So they're always overlapping each other by 3 days, right? And so eventually when they hit, you're going to hit them. You're going to hit. You don't know when, but you're going to hit it. You've basically carpeted the entire market with these trades. And so you're just waiting for it to happen.
Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button below. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, remember to check out the link in the description for Ernie's school community.